Last time we were at the class 8 condition notice and seller condition. So today we started from 9. Okay, on this microphone. So okay, then Sean, you can read 9.1.
9 attachments and additional terms. 9.1, the selected documents are attached to and form part of this contract. Financing schedule, seller financing, mortgage assumption, other value. Tenancy schedule, manufactured home schedule, sale of buyers, property schedule, and
Addendum.
other.
Okay. So 9.1 is like other than this purchase contract, we sometimes need to attach some other documents. So those documents will be part of the contract. If you put a check mark, like this contract is not condominium, but normally if it's a condominium purchase contract, you will see condo document in this check mark. Okay. So when will we have a financing schedule? So this is more occur in commercial case. In residential case, we seldom have this chance, but we still need to understand seller financing. That's mean we normally call that in commercial the term we call vendors payback. That's means seller financing. For in commercial, I would say it normally happen in commercial. Like most major bank, they don't want to lend the buyer money, but if the seller really want to sell, or if they think the buyer is they want to sell to the buyer, sometimes seller provide them finance. That means seller became the mortgage bank. Sorry, became the private bank. So for example, if I sell you 300,000, and you say you need 100,000 as a down payment or something, or I just be qualified by bank for 300,000. So how about what's the extra 100,000? Seller lend you money. That's it, but it won't seldom or almost, but maybe it happen if it's happened at a residential. But in commercial, it occurs lots of time. And or when we purchase Airbnb, also during the COVID, seller really motivate want to sell, then they will lend you money. For that case, you put a financing schedule and say seller financing. And in that turn, you will say seller will lend the buyer how much? For example, 100,000 for how long? You will say 1 year, or some seller say 6 months. It's all negotiate. And for what kind of rate? Normally it's prime plus 1, prime plus 1.5. It's negotiate because it still depends on if they want to make money on the loan, on the mortgage, then they will, like a private banker, it's prime plus. But if they just want to let you buy it, sometimes the best deal is free interest. But they lend you for a couple months till you get another resource of the money. Okay. Second is the mortgage assumption. In the past, it's allowed assume mortgage. After that, they don't do assumable mortgage no more. But if it's MOI, the one we're talking about, is also in the more happen in the commercial. If the previous seller, if the seller they sign with the government, the MOI multiple family, that's all in commercial. If they sign with CMHC 10 years contract, say I will promise rent the 25% house to the affordable housing. Then if they decide to sell, next buyer must assume mortgage. Okay, but now also not often happen in the residential. It's also commercial. Other value, some people will say, I sold this house by a mobile home, a portable home. And that portable home, I'm selling the land. Or sometimes they say, we sell this house with a mobile, or your RV, your boat, or your like some chattel thing, like movable thing, but it's including the value you can put it in. Normally it's mobile home, by portable, because when we sell, if it's mobile, maybe it's not including the price. You need to confirm. That will consider other value. Okay. Okay. Tenancy schedule is.
They not do that before.
Okay, you said like, and-
I heard that so many people now decides to build the Gawa Suite and also the Yacht Suite. So,
Yeah.
but it is included in the RPR.
It's
So
a-
it doesn't.
This
This
is
is what
other values like it's portable. If it's attached, it's you're selling attached thing, right? But like when we put the price include, you can also put it there. So this other value, I would say is more rare. It's more like an RV, your RV or your luxury boat. Then it's not like appliances or something. Then you put it here. Okay, and normally that one is within finance, it's inside the financing schedule. Then you put it here. So that switch is attached, it's including the listing price. Tenancy schedule is also more for apartment type of also multi-family. If it's a simple one unit, you have a tenant, you have a leasing agreement. Yeah, you can put here, if the buyer decide to assume your tenant, then you check mark here, they need to give you their leasing agreement contract. And normally the deposit will go through the lawyer to adjust on the possession day, right? Because we'll collect deposit, 1 month deposit. And from this year, January 1st, the government requests you have to pay the tenant 1.6% interest rate. And that one, you need to write clearly the tenancy schedule, so lawyer can base on this to adjust the deposit plus interest to next buyer, right? Yeah. The third one is manufacturer home schedule is mobile home. Yeah, that's what. So it's not, maybe it's not other value because it's here. And sale of buyer's property schedule, I mentioned in the class 8. Remember, we mentioned if the buyer put the offer, but they need to sell their house. If they put that as a condition, so sellers still have a right to market active on the market. And when there's an offer coming, they need to disclose there's a special class offer. That's this one. Special class offer means the buyer need to sell their home because we don't know how long it takes to let the buyer sell their house. So for that case, if seller accept this offer, they can continue active in the market to sell, but only need to disclose there's a 72 hours or 48 hours special class offer. So when you see this sentence, you understand because the buyer, there's an offer, but the buyer needs to sell their house. So when your buyer, as a second buyer, want to buy the house, you can continue to put the offer. We don't call that like an offer because that kind of offer you only need to give the first buyer. If it's 48 hours special class or 72 hours, you need to give them 2 to 3 days. The first buyer decide they can remove condition, then they still have the first right. If they don't, because they didn't sell their house, then your buyer get the chance, be the first buyer. After you give them 72 hours, normally we give 3 days, 72 hours, but that's negotiable. Any questions, Emma? No? You all looks like don't understand. Yeah. If you have a question, we can have a pause. Yeah. No? Oh, I understand. I know you're not okay when it happened. The cold house. Yeah. Okay, addendum. So lots of people confuse amendment and addendum. So who can explain to me what's the difference? When do you need to sign contract amendment? When do you need to sign contract addendum? Lots of experienced realtors still confused. Who knows the answer? 抢答案。
Amendment is somebody to revise.
Yes.
But for the addendum, is somebody to add, but not the revise.
Yeah, and also addendum is come with the, when you first write the contract. It's not, it's normally not add after. It's like, when do you need to put addendum? You have a really long list. And this contract not enough room for you to put it in. You need to write lots of furniture, for example, the seller say, my house is including all the furniture. And then you want to put the all furniture list, then see addendum. And my selling price, including all the furniture, all the long list. Then you can put 1 page of the list. That's an example. So addendum is not after over, you need to do any revise. People confuse it, so they put contract addendum. It's wrong. Okay. Addendum is mainly because you don't have enough space to write everything in detail. You put a contract addendum. Okay. An amendment. Amendments like after your offer be accept, any change, you need to put a contract amendment. If it's a listing, this is a purchase contract. So contract amendment happen like after home inspection we adjust price, or after you renegotiate, we decide to change position A, or you put any other new after both parties sign contract, but you still have condition. During the condition, any change contract amendment. Like we need to delay the condition day, we want to change the position day, we want to deduct holdback money, any discussion, contract amendment. Okay. Yeah. Other terms, that's mean if it's not in those check mark, you put it at other terms. So terms, what's the difference with terms and condition? We can answer.
Condition is if the condition is not fulfilled, the contract is not in effect.
Yes.
The term is it's in the contract. Doesn't matter if the contract is doesn't matter if it's fulfilled, the contract is still in effect.
Yeah.
But if some terms are not being followed by either of the party, and then the contract is disputed.
Yeah. So if you put it the terms, lawyer can still follow the terms to do the, if there's any dispute, we need to follow the terms. So normally, condition is decided by the third party, not the buyer. So like financing, you're not approved, it's not your decision. Home inspection, if the house has construction problem or has major issue, you don't want it, it's not your fault. Are like subject to sell your home, your house doesn't sell, or subject to family look at the house, by all kind of condition, but it's not by you, the buyer's own will, or subject to professional opinion. Your lawyer, your accountant told you don't buy it, then those kind of you can put in condition. But you put more, the weaker your offer. But mainly still keep a financial home inspection is the most common one. But when will you put in the terms? That means it doesn't change your buyer or not. But the seller need to follow the terms at the position. Otherwise, normally you want to put it clear, or seller buyer lawyer can hold back dollar amount. If you don't put the dollar amount, it will become dispute, right? So for example, most people put on the terms, seller is to professional clean the house. If just a professional clean is kind of, we don't know, but and provide invoice, or lawyer will hold back $500. That will be most clear sentence. So you want to put what kind of clean, because sellers say they can clean by themselves. So if you want that clear, no arguing. Professional clean, provide invoice, or how much money hold back. So we put those in, but we won't put that at the initial offer. Initial offer, we put in the term, we'll say, seller allow buyer coming back 3 times. You want to say the clearly how many times. Or allow prepossession walk through with 24 hours notice. Those things you want to put in Because some solar, not many, but it happened, after they sold, they just stop, forbid you enter no more. So you need to put in the term to say solar allow buyer come in. Normally 1 free time, one is for bank, come in and appraisal. Because you don't put it in, they can reject. Come in before possession. And some people put 3 times because they want to come in and measurement. So to be safe, you just write 3 times, give a 24 hours notice. And normally, what kind of thing will put in the term? We want solar, clean furnace, shampoo carpet, blah, blah, blah. Those things is kind of, before we put shampoo carpet out, I know one realtor, one big realtor always cross it. They don't like those things in the contract because it's tiny thing, small thing. Unless you decide to give your client a gift, then you don't pay. But if you don't want to from your pocket, you put clearly. But also depends on whose market. If seller's market, don't put too much. If buyer's market, don't put it in. Clean furnace, shampoo carpet, professional clean, request more than your seller, your buyer happier. Yeah, if you put it, yeah, sometimes we'll say we want that with furniture, like you put it in the terms. So this is not for condition, for not to dispose, not sell it. But if it's condo, we will, if you don't put the subject to review condo documents, we'll put it here too. Sellers to provide update condo documents before possession day or before or even earlier. But this is not change your decision about you want to buy or not. So you put it at text. The most clear one is put the whole back money, how much. Yeah. So if you say solar is to remove storage shed, I just say an example, before possession day, or buyer's lawyer will hold back 1,000. Like hot tub, it's really hard to remove it. And 1,000. Some hot tub you need to use a crane to. Yeah, it's a hot tub doesn't. Yeah. Where is the tea?
Michelle.
Okay, so that's 9.2. Oh, clear? Yeah, clear? Yeah, we go through class 9, but you can look at the video. of this. Let's go with the closing process. Who read it? Yes.
Me?
Yes. This mic.
Closing. This is Mike.
You can read 10.1 to 10.2.
10.1 to 10.2.
Yeah.
The seller or seller's lawyer will deliver normal closing documents to the buyer or buyer's lawyer upon reasonable trust conditions, consistent with the term of this contract, including delivery with a reasonable time before the completion date to allow for confirmation of registration of documents at the land titles office, obtain the advance of mortgage financing, and verify the transfer of other value items. So you want 10.2 as well?
Yeah. Closing document. Let's
Okay.
put it together. Yeah.
Closing documents will include an RPR showing the current improvements on the property according to Alberta Land Surveyors Association Manual of Standard Practice with evidence of municipal compliance or non-conformance and confirming the seller's warranties about the land and buildings. This obligation will not apply if there are no structure on the land. The buyer or buyer's lawyer must have a reasonable time to review the RPR prior to submitting the transfer document to the land title office.
Okay, good. You want to sit here? Then you'll be in the camera. Yeah. So last week we have a seminar, or 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah, I have it. Yeah. So the first one, closing document. Normally, buyer after they were purchase contract, so we represent buyer after they finish remove condition. So they will say, okay, when will we meet the lawyer? They don't know the next process. The next process you need to ask who will be your lawyer. if they have a lawyer, you don't provide them 3 recommendations, choose one. So when we need, you can do by yourself, go through that type of lots of trouble. Normally we go through lawyers, seller has their lawyer, buyer has lawyer. Why buyer lawyers didn't contact you till maybe like a week before, didn't contact your customer? Normally let your customer know, they won't contact you too early. Why? Because the buyer's lawyer need to wait for seller's lawyer to deliver those documents. So what kind of documents? One is mortgage information, like the 10.1, they will deliver you, they will go to land title office. When the buyer lawyer receive all the documents, then they will go to land title office to do the registration. And when will they go to, when the buyer's lawyer get the check from buyer. So this will all happen around 7 to 10 days or 2 weeks.
Before possession?
Yes, because bank will need to do the documents, like mortgage financing. So if they approve your buyer, they won't release money till on the possession date, but they need to give the document to the lawyer. And so the lawyer will give it, they'll go to the buyer lawyer. So lawyer need to wait for these 2 information. Once then they go to the title office. So that's why give a lawyer a minimum 10, first give it 2 weeks for possession. So your condition date till possession date, give them 2 weeks. But sometimes 10 days they can make it happen. Less than 7 days, you need to push your lawyer, or if you work with a lawyer, they will tell you, give me more time. Otherwise, if it's delayed, buyer will pay really high interest rate to sell them. Thank you. If any process delayed, yeah. So normally we want to. Yeah. Oh, sweet. Normally we want to give buyer possession day we want to do 2 weeks minimum. Okay, if they really have others, some case buyers say, because my interest rate only hold till a certain day. If past that date, I will pay higher interest. Then we push up for early possession, and buyer maybe need to pay interest couple days high interest. Let them know that if they are fine, because they have a reason. Another reason maybe they will leave out of town or overseas. So possession day always discussed for those cases. But if it's flexible, let them have 2 weeks minimum. Okay. And another way is buy title insurance. If you buy
always have to say, to make sure be on safe side, always have title insurance.
Not always, because if
It's
you
not that expensive.
yeah, it's not expensive, but it's extra money. But if you give them lots of time, like 1 month, 2 months, unless you're buying Camel Airbnb, that's special case because their title office is really busy. So we normally always buy title insurance. But single house, normal if you have a 2 month, 3 month, I mean, depends on, if some lawyer will always ask them to buy, but it's not necessary.
What's the purpose of buying the
Title insurance, because if your lawyer need to go to land title office to transfer, but when they go to the office, they want to confirm everything is right, it's legal, it's nothing wrong. Remember last training about land title, if your seller build a garage and over the city line or neighbor's fence, and if you don't have title insurance and if you really rush possession, then that's your fee. Because the buyer, the land title transfer already, then the buyer's own responsibility.
So, like in this, in a scenario where like, I represent a buyer and, sorry, the buyers, buyer had a problem with the property, RPR.
Yeah.
So they can sue the, realtor, right?
It's, no, not the realtor.
So
Realtor
because
is,
it's,
realtor is, they won't sue the realtor. Okay, the land title thing that we have sent them out 2 weeks ago. It's land title, you buy title insurance is to protect you this kind of thing. So most lawyer or you can suggest your buyer buy the title insurance. It's not expensive. It cover all this kind of thing about title insurance, about the land title. But realtor won't be sued, but you better be knowledgeable and advise your client. Check out land title. Check out land title if anything over the fence, yeah, over the line. But realtor won't be sued.
No, but they can do it because it's negligence, right? It's negligence mistake.
Yeah, but you don't expect a realtor know all the line or the boundary.
Because no, all the document goes through realtors. He has to know if there is a mistake on the title.
It's not go through realtor. The land title actually go to lawyer
Lawyer.
directly. Lawyer won't come to the house. So it's my lawyer will call me and ask, anything change? Most of the time, my lawyer will call me. But most lawyer, they won't even call you. You are the buyer. When I am a listing agent, I will ask for RPR from my client. I will check it and advise them they need to update. When you are buyer agent, you can ask for RPR, but you won't be responsible. Yeah, you won't be sued. Otherwise, every realtor will be sued. Okay, that's 10.1. Any question about mortgage finance, about the documents, closing documents? So those documents is not go through you. It's sent to lawyer directly. Normally, you won't see the bank documents, and you won't go to the land title with lawyer. So this 10.1 is mainly for the lawyer. But we need to understand, we need to give them enough time. That's why we wanted 2 weeks minimum. So if it's a vacant home, normally our habit is for 15 days for possession if it's vacant. If it's a solo occupied, the reasonable time frame is 30 days to 60 days. Yeah. If it's tenant occupied, we put 90 days. It's by law to request. We give the seller need to give tenant 90 days notice to move out because
It will be 30 or
90 days. 90 days notice for seller if you have tenant occupied. In BC, you are longer, 6 months. Yeah, Alberta is still 90 days. Alberta is a better place to be the landlord. BC is not. BC also requests.
that's why there's a lots of investors like
Yes.
those own properties in the country.
Yeah, because we still favor.
How they
still
own
be
it?
more fair.
How they own it because they don't have like any residence to
Sorry.
like if a person is resident of British Columbia.
Yeah.
Or Ontario,
They can still buy house.
they still own the house.
Yeah.
How the mortgage approved? Like, because
Same.
you don't work in the place.
Same way because we are all Canadian. Still Canadian. We only don't allow non-Canadian.
No, like so I'm working in Calgary.
Then
I show
TD Bank across Canada, CIBC, only ATBs Alberta. So any bank, they're across, they have all your information.
No, like they will say, so it's for first home buyers. So so your first time property, right?
Yeah.
So they say you will not live there. How can you? So if you will go there, then you live there, then you can eligible for mortgage. If you're not living there, it's not your primary residence. You will not.
You are still eligible for mortgage if that's your first home. They don't request your first home must be primary.
But it's on the mortgage side, they say we don't know about the.
I know your question because if you are not most of second house, bank will request you a higher down payment. If you only want to put 5%, 10%, they only lend you as a primary home. Is that your question? It doesn't matter you are BC, you are Alberta, you are Saskatchewan.
On the second home, there is no issue. I'm talking about the primary residence.
Yeah, second home they want higher higher down payment because
Yeah,
you are
no.
investing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I.
Private home, they don't care where you live.
No,
Because if you tell them, I'm going to move from BC to Alberta in 6 months, they won't come back and check, do you really move to here? Yeah.
so
So
not check it.
they are just bank, they are not like a come and check after 6 months. Yeah, when you apply, you told them you are moving to Alberta, they won't they lend you money and they won't come back and check. Because people can change mind. It's happened a lot. Like I do have a customer. We bought a house. That owner marry, divorce, marry again, divorce within 1 year. I mean, so they changed their plan. It happened.
She goes through all of this without consent.
No, I mean, if you tell the bank you're going to move to BC, Alberta in 6 months, so you get the mortgage approved. But it could be happen, you divorce or you separate with you change your original plan, you didn't go. It doesn't mean you're cheating. It's just like always plan can be changed. Yeah, as long as reasonable.
It's not a good excuse from bank, right? If they give us.
No, bank won't follow you after 6 months to check if you move. Yeah, but it's other province moving, immigrant in and move out is quite normal. So we won't say you are BC, so you're not qualified. Okay, 10.2, you read already, right? So last time we also discussed RPR, remember? Yeah, RPR. So you need to show current improvement. So we do discuss a lot 2 weeks ago. You're not. Yeah, you can see the YouTube because that's our information from that video.
But I see a lot of like a better like this sheet. This is the RPR as is, it didn't update to current.
Yeah.
Instead, we can
Yeah.
set it.
Normally, if you never change, like some people live there 40, my mother-in-law same thing, 40, 50 years, they didn't change anything. We do have a really old RPR, like almost really old. Like the house can be 100 years old, never be changed. And if it's too old, we still want the stamp to update, proof it's not been changed. Yeah. But if it's 20 years and never change, we don't need to update. But there's no certain years regulation. It's just by normal logic. If it's over 40 years, we kind of want to update. Yeah.
But the point is like, if the seller mark in the remark said you have to accept your RPR.
Yeah.
So if finally we find that the RPR is different with the actual situation.
Yeah.
So what can we do?
When they mark that means there's a problem.
Yeah.
If it's normal, they won't mark it. So you need to ask a realtor, what's the problem, what's the situation? Then your buyer can decide they want to offer or not. Better know that. But what kind of situation the seller won't give you RPR? Foreclosure, by court owned. If this owner is didn't pay mortgage for 3 months, bank take it back or court, then that's mean there's no owner. So the owner became tenants. If they still live inside, they are not the owner no more. The owner will be bank, CIBC Bank or court of bench. Then they don't give you RPR. Then you sell as is. Yeah.
If it's a green of Alberta approved to sale, then it's as is, right?
But if you're
No
worried,
condition, no.
yes, no condition. No, most of the time no condition, but still sometimes I do some foreclosure, we still accept condition.
How
Because
can we
still they
access those documents on the sites?
Yeah, I will tell you, if your buyer really want to buy that, but they're worried about this, go to land title office, pay and pull out RPR. Yeah, see if it's correct. Or like if it's a condo document, buy the document first, read it first. And some people want to compete no condition, they do home inspection first before they buy. So those things you can still do your due diligence, but don't put it on the contract because most foreclosure, they don't want condition. They only accept no condition offer.
So you can do a home inspection
You
for
can-
you
can
put the
book.
offer.
Yeah, but if you have many competitors, you don't know you will get it or not. So still people caution when they spend this money unless they feel I have to get it. There's one time I went to court, but now they don't allow realtors to go to the court because if you at the last minute raise your hand say, I want to change my price, they have to reorder the court order again and set a new date. So now they don't, I did that one time because my client told me I have to get it, you need to get it for me. And then I don't know how much money I should put, so I went to the court and I raised my hand in the court. It's fun.
Or you get to know like in the
Yeah.
hearing that how much is it,
Yeah,
then you increase the price on the
Yeah.
spot.
we can change, but then the judge say, okay, then we will set another date, come back again. So now they don't let realtor go. They only accept the written offer. I heard they changed, yeah. Okay, so Apia, we have a thing topic about Apia, so I don't discuss too much here unless you have a question. And yeah, you have to show current improvement, you have to be all compliances up to date. And that's the seller's responsibility to provide. So that's why I say in the early time, I normally don't handle this, it's lawyers. But I figure out my client paid double fee if we don't request, represent seller, when you represent seller. If you didn't remind your seller, yeah, need to up to date. Normally, if it's new home, they need to up to date because they will put deck fence after. If they do not do that before they possession, they will end up paying double fee because the lawyer will order for them or rush order. Rush order will be more expensive and lawyer also will add on their lawyer fee. So they end up paying maybe double to save your seller's money. You might get, let me look at your RPR and tell you if you need to update. Because if you prepare early, and you're paying 600 to 700 bucks. If not, it's over 1,000. But they won't sue you. You're just realtor. This is normally go through lawyer. Yeah. Just if we know more, we save them more money. Okay. So payment and cost. Would you like to read it?
Point 3, the buyer will pay the purchase price by lawyer's trust check or bank draft. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. 10.4, items such as real estate property tax, local improvement fees, utilities, rents, security deposits, statutory interest on security deposits, mortgage interest, and the homeowners association fees will be the seller's responsibility for the entire completion date and thereafter assumed by the buyer.
Okay, till here. Yeah, so those, the whole class 10 is a lawyer's job, but we need to understand. So before possession date, I mentioned like around 7 days, 1 to 10 days, buyer will go and meet the lawyer. You don't need to be there. Lawyer will contact you, you will provide your lawyer, your customer's phone number. They will contact the buyer and meet them. Then lawyer will tell your buyer how much you need to bring in. And buyer needs to go to bank. They don't accept personal check. Especially lawyer, they only accept trust check or bank draft. So you need to go to bank, open a bank draft. What's the difference? You should know. Personal check.
Pleasure could be, it's no money.
Yeah, bank draft, that's mean as soon as you open the bank draft, the money is out. It's took out. So that's for sure there's money.
This is a proper money. That is not.
It's the real money, yeah. Yeah, so lawyer will meet you, you need to give the lawyer backdrop, and the title will be lawyer's name in trust. When we put in trust, that's mean, like our brokerage, we have a trust account. So trust account is really not anybody can get it read out. It's only based on contract. So they can only arrange your money because of contract. So if there's no contract, the money will be inside a trust account, nobody can take it. That's an ideal work. If some brokers will take it and rent away, like all your commission money, I can take it and run. Okay, no joking. So that's a trust. So trust has more responsibility. We couldn't just take the money out. Okay. So first buyer will meet the lawyer, give them the check and sign the document, and then lawyer will, after receive the bank draft or trust check, then they will go to land title to register your name and change on the possession date. So on the possession day, lawyer will adjust the property tax, local improvement fee, will HOA fee, home association fee. Utility, they won't adjust. Rent, sometimes will go through lawyer, sometimes not, depends on the contract. If contract, you say lawyer will adjust the security deposit or rent, then lawyer will do the adjustment. But if you don't put on the contract, then you adjust outside the contract. Security deposit, so, yeah, depends on your contract mentioned or not. Okay, lawyer will go and adjust condo fee if it's a condominium. So what kind of fee lawyer adjusts? Condo fee, HOA fee. Some HOA fee they don't. Still your own responsibility. So make sure on the lawyer list what do they adjust for you, so you don't do twice. But condo fee have to be lawyer because it's a stamp, right, from the condo management. Property tax is normally on the possession day. It's still seller's responsibility to pay the bill. So if it's 365 days a year, seller use 180 days, they adjust by that date for property tax. So at the end of June, you can pay whole year property tax, and then we'll adjust back. Or some people buy monthly. So yeah, that will be adjusted. So don't need to worry about the property tax. Yeah. But they don't adjust the utility for you. And also utility account, no, it's not assumable because right now utility company, if you move out, your buyer need to set up their own account. Yeah. So but you still, before we still need to call the utility company to tell them the meter reading. And now you don't need to. Yeah, they have a central reading function, so they don't come to the house no more. Previous time they need to say, oh, we need to come into your basement to read the meter. Yeah.
Some old community, they still need to go.
Still?
Some old.
Yeah, but I think they read that is not for your possession no more. Before we will suggest our seller or buyer read the meter, write it down for adjustment. Right now we don't need to do this anymore. Any question on 10.3 and 10.4? If not, Janice, can you read 10.5? What time is it?
Okay. The seller lawyer may use the purchase price to pay and discharge all the seller's financing obligations related to the property. The seller's lawyer will provide the buyer's lawyer with evidence of all the charges, including the required certified copy of the certificate of title within a reasonable time after.
Okay, let's do 10.5 today. So seller lawyer, when they receive your money, they will pay out your mortgage first, seller's mortgage. So don't worry about land title. See, oh, they have so much money on title. Can we put the offer? Because here they will pay out first. But how about their purchase price? Your purchase price lower than the mortgage amount. That's their own responsibility. Who need to be worried? Realtor. You want to protect your commission because they might bankruptcy or they might don't have money to pay you. But if they sign with a listing realtor's responsibility because they provide you your buyer agent, their brokerage will pay you commission.
Just have one question. Is there any standard for commission or can we charge by ourselves? How much we want?
We're not allowed to say commissions fixed in the market, but there's a standard like in Calvary is 7 at first 100,000, 3 at the balance, and we divide in half to buyer and buyer agent. So buyer agent get 3.5, 1.5,
So,
but it's all negotiable.
oh, it's negotiable, so if I want to give a promotions, like I charge like 1.5%.
Oh yeah, lots of people provide bonus. They don't put on how much 4.5. They say bonus $500 or bonus 1,000 if you sell before certain date.
So, no, I'm not talking about seller.
The buyer, that's provided to buyer agent.
Uh-huh.
And some if they're really motivated, they put bonus. If some are like just 2% realty, there's a 2% realty.
We can adjust it, right?
Huh?
We can adjust it.
It's all negotiable, even like during the offer. If it's competing offer, some agent will say, I'll reduce how much commission to get the deal. But normally we don't suggest the buyer agent to do that to the seller because seller doesn't have a contract with the buyer agent. You better deal with your own customer. Like if you, so for example, if your client only want to 500,000, you kind of feel maybe 500,000, 500 and 1,000 will get the lead. Then maybe you told your buyer. Yes, and we add it. So don't change on the seller part because they don't have contract with you. But you can also tell the selling agent, I will reduce 1,000 by the commission, but to help my buyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like we can
But
say,
we don't encourage reduce by commission.
like offer, they can say like if you go through our deal, we will give 1,000 or 2,000
Yeah.
cash back.
Cash, yeah, but don't put this in the contract, to put this in the separate note. Because in the contract,
So can we put in the
fee disclosure, yes, but it's not, because the purchase contract is to the seller, it's nothing with the seller. You will put a separate note, commission reduction form is separate. That's to the agent, because it's a leasing agent provide you commission, not the seller. Seller give their leasing agent, so it's only between you and leasing agent, so it's a separate, it's not contracts to the seller. So don't put it here. What kind of case you will put it here? If they only provide you very low commission, you're not happy. Because you work for your buyer, you sign with your buyer representation. And on the representation, you say you will get 3.5, 1.5. But if your seller agent only pay you 1%, you will end up as the money from your buyer. They were not happy if they don't know. Understand? When you sign buyer representation, in that one column you will put down, I will get 3.5, 1.5. But what happens, seller didn't give you, then you will, based on that country, you can ask for your buyer pay you. 99% they won't be happy. They won't be happy. So you can request from in the contract say, yeah, but there's a special class to put it in. So agent or we need to get this compensation, but it's not related to this contract. We still don't want to put it in here. Yeah. So when you
Does that
see,
consider as an addendum?
not addendum.
Not even.
It's not, because this is just buying the house is not deal with the commission. You will sign separate thing about the commission to the, yeah. You can say in together, but if it's competing, it will change, affect, yeah?
Right.
Yeah, but
So normally, the buyer's agent won't sign.
if it's competing offer, if they don't provide you full commission, still have a last of offer. Of course, if you say so, you need to pay me full commission, then, but you need to go back to your buyer if they sign the representation. But that's why lots of buyers don't want to sign it, because they don't know they will end up paying you commission because seller didn't pay realtor commission.
A common.
There's a couple seller that if they are 2% realty, that's mean they get 1%, they give you 1%. But that's so when you look at the listing, they need to show how much commission they give to you. But you don't want to change your attitude to the buyer because of the listing. But when you represent listing seller, I will convince them, don't cut commission on buyer agent. I only reduce it. I shouldn't teach you this. But I won't. I keep buyer commission for commission because I explained to them there are 8,000 realtors. If you cut their commission, maybe only 4,000 will need to bring the buyer because they probably delete your listing before they show you their customer. But if your customer figure out why some listing I didn't see, you didn't show to me, and I saw on realtor.ca, they may be not happy to you too if they figure out because of commission. So that's your decision. I probably will still show it, but I mean, if they give me really low commission, when I show it, I will pick up the property. Discourage them. You still show them, but every house must have some property because there's no 100% perfect home. So just enlarge the
To the seller.
yeah, to the buyer. They feel you treat them nice. You told them what's the problem, but you enlarge the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
don't delete the listing because they can find from somewhere else. Then they are not happy because they feel you submit the listing. Yeah, but pick up the property because every house has. Yeah, but even you're pretty, you're rich, we can still pick up property, right?
So normally the seller and the selling agent, they will have agreement about commission when listing.
Yeah, that's a leasing contract. We'll teach you later. But
And
now
that could be changed or once
Yeah.
the seller is fixed.
could be amended.
Could be amended.
Could be amendment. Everything could be amended, and normally after negotiations, amend again. Yeah.
Because now I know it's the seller's market, so the seller probably won't not willing to provide.
Do you think any app can replace a realtor?
Yeah, at the listing contract. Yeah, they can. Of course, if seller not happy with your listing agent, they can cancel.
No. Like any app will it replace?
Oh,
Like
app.
Uber replace
Oh,
taxi?
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of app already. Yeah, lots of buyer, they use,
But still they go through the realtor, right?
no, they don't need to because, there's a for sale by owner home, list app, right? Lots of this kind of app. But, I mean, some realtor feel, oh, the AI thing will substitute them. But still depends on what kind of realtor you are. If you provide, if you can resolve problem, if you provide some useful suggestion, they still need you.
Because I think like if a group of realtors combined and they start an app,
Oh,
And
that's
then-
of app already.
lots of app.
Oh, yeah, that's of real estate, like,
No, but they didn't guarantee that all the documents are correct. These are the documents. Because
that's all not difficult. There's a like, for sale by owner side, you only need to pay $500 to sell your house. Yeah. When the market is good, lots of seller go to those kind of app. When the market is not good, they need to go to realtor. Still depends on the market, but some realtor, it doesn't matter what kind of market, their customer coming back, like me. So what did you do to let them still need you? You need to provide that service. that service is like a very good,
Peace of mind, you have to
Suggestion.
sell peace of mind, because everybody wants peace of mind, they want.
not, yeah, and they don't, they're not expert, and the AI, they are good with maybe compile with the contract, everything, but they cannot give you a really
Good advice.
innovative, creative suggestion. Yeah, you still need to have ability to resolve problem. Okay. So today we just go to here, 10.5. Okay, and see you next week. Happy to-
So I have a title,
Okay, let's start the recording. Take a break, 我们再聊。今天 I just break my fasting regulation, the rule.